Oh man, I'm really a Dolphins fan, man. It's gonna be a long year. So I'm gonna screenshot this and put it like right here. This is a text I got from my very good friend who is also a Miami Dolphins fan, and it really encapsulates how I feel about us. It's been a while since I did this. I don't know if I remember how to do it. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to FTG Sports. I am your host, Dylan. And man, the Dolphins might really, really be bad this year. Like I know it's week 1, and I need to take a deep breath and understand that things are gonna be okay, and it's gonna get better, right? Like Mike McDaniel said in the post-game interview, it can't get much worse, right? But I'm sitting here Monday night, the night after, still upset. I have the Vikings game on the TV, and I'm sitting here still just thinking about how yesterday went, and it's just it was a blur. It all just happened so fast. We were all excited for week 1. It's football, and then by 12 p.m. my time, I was just like, man, the Dolphins suck. Now, we might not suck, and it might have just been a really bad day, and we just came out and got punched in the face, right? Like that happens. It happens in football, but man, it did not look good, and it all starts with Tyreek Hill freaking out in the first half. Like, dude, it's the first half of the game. The first half of the first game of the year, bro. You need to chill out. It just makes people think, oh, they do hate each other. All the reports were actually right. He hates Tua, and it creates that narrative, and Tyreek Hill lets that narrative be creative. He does that on his own. Doggy, go. Yeah, when you do that in the first week, you just let the narrative be created by the media. You allow them to take control of the season in the first week, and it immediately just made me think, oh, cool, we need to move him. Like it's not going to be worth it. We're not good enough to keep him. Let's go send him to a contender so we don't have to deal with the headache anymore of dealing with a player who believes that he is above the team. And on top of that, like I don't understand how Tyreek could be freaking out when Tua was in panic mode the whole game. The line was not doing it for him. Only one of our linemen really had a good day out there and didn't allow too much pressure. And it just felt like every snap that we had a pass play, Tua was freaking out back there and was in panic mode. And it makes you wonder, was Tua prepared for the season? Or was the Mike McDaniel offense figured out? Do we not have a good protection scheme? Is our offense dry? And I think it comes down to what Rex Ryan said today on one of the many NFL talk shows, that the Miami Dolphins are a soft football team. They don't play hard. They don't play to the whistle. It feels like they're all finesse and nobody who wants to punch you in the face. And in football, you need guys who are gonna just get mad and get in there, right? Like you look at the Giants, they have Cam Scatabo as just CTE maxing pass pro, and you have these teams with these dogs. Oh wait, one of our dogs, Jalen Ramsey's on the Steelers, getting big hits to win the game. Jonnu Smith touring touchdowns. Xavier Howard picking up fumble recoveries. It felt like every Dolphins alumni was going off while we were sitting there getting dotted up by Daniel Jones. And good for you, Daniel Jones. I'm really happy. Like good for you guys. I don't know if it's you guys schemed us perfectly, if this is the second coming of Daniel Jones, the Colts figured it out, or the Dolphins are just really bad. I mean, you let Daniel Jones score in every single possession of the football game. Every single offensive possession the Colts had, they scored. That is the first time this century that has happened. And that's embarrassing. Show the text again. And I don't want to overreact. I don't want to throw even though I did it on my Instagram story, I don't want to throw the fire Mike McDaniel, cut Tua, bench Tua, trade Tyreek. Even though I did the trade Tyreek thing, it's hard. It's hard to sit here and watch that football game and immediately not think, man, some of these college quarterbacks would be really nice to see in a Dolphins uniform next year. If you watch Godball, go watch Lenora Sellers and tell me you don't kind of want to tank for him right now. And I think it all comes back to one guy, Mike McDaniel. What is this? What is this offense? What is this game plan we had offensively? We're throwing bubble screens on 3rd and long. What? Huh? We do it all the time. We run end around every drive. We don't throw the ball more than 15 yards. We don't have a wide receiver who's willing to go run a route more than 15 yards. And the one you do have's over on the sideline crying when Tua doesn't have the time because he's panicked and has to move. I know it's only listed as 7 pressures and 3 sacks, but it felt like so much more. If you watch that game, you know Tua was fighting for his life and also through 2 of the worst picks I've seen him throw in a while. He also had the fumble. It's just like, dude, Tua put on a disaster class of a football game. And people wonder why Dolphins fans are already putting up the tanks and saying, I don't want to win anymore. And I think the tank talk comes from the fact that it feels like in the NFL, if you're not going to win the Super Bowl, you might as well just be in last place and get the number 1 pick. And if we're going to be doing this talk for every Dolphins Diary, that's the name of the series. If this is going to be the Dolphins Diary TM weekly thing where I talk about tanking, it's us versus the Saints. The Saints are terrible. Spencer Rattler's bad. And I'm sitting here freaking out, man, and it's week 1. It's week 1 of the season. It's not like we're 6 weeks in, Dolphins are 0-6, and I'm crashing out because I was so excited for this year. The Miami Dolphins had 0 expectations going into the season, and they somehow still found a way to disappoint us. I want you to think about that for just a second. I'm gonna leave this. So hard liking these teams that just constantly let you down, man. Knicks, Dolphins, and St. Louis Cardinals. I really did it to myself. And there's no one else to blame. It's me, And I just have to sit here and deal with it. The only bright spot was, could you guess, Devon Achane. I love you. You're all I have, and you're all I could ever need, I guess. I mean, you're all I'm going to have to watch this season. I have you in a fantasy league, so thanks for the tub. Thanks for 55 yards. Can we draw him up something to get him in open space? Because the guy in open space is unbelievable. Tyreek Hill in open space is unbelievable. Jalen Waddle goes out with a shoulder injury, I believe. Jalen Waddle has a shoulder injury, and it just feels like the words are escaping me. It just feels like this is the beginning of the end, and it's week 1. Now, could the Dolphins win next week, and I come out here and I go, oh, guys, look I was overreacting. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I could do that. I could. But do I truthfully believe that that's what's going to happen? No, I don't. I think the Dolphins are going to be at home against the Patriots and find a way to lose to Drake May and Travion Henderson. I have a bad feeling Travion Henderson's going to run it all over the place, and we're going to let Drake May sling it to Demario Douglas. Hopefully, next time I see you guys, the Dolphins won't have let me down and won't have made me feel like my blood pressure is going to skyrocket, and I won't get more drunk texts from my friends that are Dolphins fans telling me that, oh my God, it hurts so bad we let Drake May do it to us. Because that's the text I got about Daniel Jones. Who knows if that's going to be the text I get about Drake May. Hashtag trade Tyreek, trade Waddle, fire McDaniels, bench Tua. I don't even know anymore. I'm crashing out. It's not that serious. It's week 1. It could be they could go 15-1 from here. No, they can't. We are going to be a bottom 5 team. The thing is, right, if we're 8-8, that is worse than being a bottom 5 team. Because then you don't get anything in the draft. If we're going to lose, let's commit to losing and sell. I don't think this team's going to do that. I think we have too much money invested in our quarterback and wide receivers to do that. And it hurts because this team is nowhere near ready to compete. And we came into this year with very middle to low expectations, and they somehow got shattered. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Welcome back to FTG Sports. I'm going to try to upload more. We had a little break. I was focusing on my other show, which you can find down in the description. Down there, you can also like, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, you can tell me what you think the Dolphins' record is going to be this year and what your favorite team's record is going to be this year. Thank you so much for watching. This is From the Garage to You.